Professor Kalpana Datta. Dr. Datta serves as Professor of Pediatric Medicine, Medical College, Kolkata, and is the Program Director of PSOE MCH, Kolkata. She is a Master Trainer of Pediatric HIV. So, without any further delay, let us hear from our speaker. Welcome, Madam, to our session.
Thank you, Shupurna, for your kind words. Am I audible, Dr. Sita? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm very sorry for the delay in initiation due to some technical problem. I didn't know why. Oh, okay. Now I'm sharing my screen. Huh? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
My slides are visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm continuing. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we know this, we are running through a very stressful situation all over the world, including India and our state too, because of the unprecedented pandemic of COVID-19. And this is the time because we are apprehending there might be upcoming third wave. We have already witnessed the first wave and second wave. So we are very much apprehending, and we are assuming that the number of patients, pediatric patient, will rise because of the percentage the patient will be involved. Because in the first wave we have seen 3 to 2%, and the second wave 5 to 7% pediatric patients were involved. And in third wave we are expecting much more patient to be adult patient will be involved. So in par with the adult patient, the number of patient in pediatrics will be involved. So we should prepare for the worst so that we can manage the patients very appropriately. And for that I'm keeping this topic in this situation. As we know, we are having a lots of communications regarding the COVID-19 from different sources, from the guidelines, from the mail, from the newspaper, from the print media, digital media, radio, TV, and also from the different WhatsApp media. Everyone is having considering themselves as an expert about the COVID-19 from the WhatsApp University. So all the populations who are having facing this problem, they have some right information about COVID-19, some misconception about COVID-19. So it is the responsibility of the healthcare providers to allay the anxiety of the population, parents of the COVID positive or COVID suspected or COVID prone patients, to decrease the anxiety, stress. And the same time, we have to make them aware when to consult the healthcare providers or the hospitals. So we have to make them aware about the danger signs of the COVID-19. And as they are having lots of resources for the knowledge about the COVID-19, we have to remove the misconceptions or any false apprehension or any knowledge, and we have to rectify that. And for that we have to have a good communication skill. And communication is not a chapter, not a formula, not a book. You will go through and you will learn. Communication is the skill which you have to develop by repeated practice and by the modeling. What do I mean by modeling? Modeling means role play. You have to learn, like the counselors used to get training by the role play. One will behave as a patient, one is the caregiver, one will be the parents, legal guardian, and how to behave with them. That is the skill you have to develop. Hmm? Okay. So communication skill is, as I say, is both the practice and modeling. সেটা আমাদের শিখতে হবে by repeated practice করে. And I think both populations are there. We cover both Hindi and Bengali population, so I have to speak in both the languages. So if you see this wave, it is given by this way. The picture is given by the IIT Kharagpur about the third wave. They are expecting, according to their this model, SIR model. They have said okay. Going to highlight. So we are expecting there will be cases will arise from, oh, pointer is not working, in the middle of the end of the September, and it will go peak in the middle of the October. So we have to prepare from very beginning, and for that we have to have a good communication skill. আমরা যদি কথাই না বলতে পারি বাইরের লোকের সাথে ভালোভাবে, or we can बात ही नहीं कर सकते हैं, या we cannot express the disease, what is the problem, how it will behave, and what will be the prognosis, that should be explained to the parents. And if we know the thing, then only we can explain the parents. So if you see this model, we are expecting in the end of the September or middle of the October, we might have a third wave. We don't know whether how far it will be true. So time will say the answer. For that, we have to have a good communication skill. And communication is simply not transferring the information from one place, person or group to another. कि हम बुलाए आपका बच्चा का ये बीमारी है, बच्चा is suffering from COVID, and then of course they are already in a stress because they are suffering from HIV. Over and above, they develop COVID, and about the COVID they have a lots of information from the different sources. So it's very important to allay the anxiety. So every communication involves at least one sender, a message, and the recipient. So this is a bilateral discussion where the person who is going to communicate, that is called communicator or sender or counselor, whoever it is, and the message is very important to have a good message. What do you want to deliver? What do you want to communicate? That should be prepared very beforehand. And the recipient means to whom we are going to tell, the children itself or their parents. If the parent, especially we have seen in the COVID time, sometimes parents are lost, so the grandparents or the second caregiver. Sometimes it happens, we have seen there's no caregivers, and then there are COVID volunteers. So if there's no caregiver, immediate care because of the loss of COVID infections, then we can call the COVID volunteers or NGOs so that they can take care of the child. So strategy for not only conveying the information, but also dealing with emotion, the family, and the plan for further care and support. So communication just क्या बीमारी हुआ है বা কি হয়েছে সেটা বলার জন্য নয়, but we have to think of the parents' emotion, how much they are emotionally stable, how much they are emotionally broken down, and what is the family status, and the plan for further care and support. So if you suppose, especially in COVID time, if baby is positive and having mild or moderate planning, then you have to give the options, because you may not be working in a tertiary care center. You are working in a primary health center, a rural center, or very far from the main town. Then you have to take a decision when to transfer to the higher center, district level COVID care center, or in the tertiary care center. So you have to explain everything to the parents, families, so that they can take full consideration and can take a decision what you are taking, what healthcare are taking. So that will give a feeling of trust, because we have seen nowadays that there's a mistrust between the doctors and nursing staff with the parents or caregivers of the patient. And there is lots of incidents we have seen, which is a legal consequences, and the doctors or healthcare staffs are beaten by the patient because of the lack of communication. It's not because of the false treatment, wrong treatment and all. It is a lack of communication. So communication is very important for successful of the whole process. So whatever you say to the parents कि आपके बच्चे को ये हुआ है, वो हुआ है, ऐसे सर्दी खांसी, it's a simple viral infection, 80% or 90% it will be asymptomatic or mild variety. But when they are admitted in the hospital, they won't listen anything. They'll say, please doctor, do everything to save my child's life. Whatever you say, whatever you counseling done, the last sentence you'll hear from the parents is do something for to save my child. So it's very important for that. And communication is absolutely essential at all stages of child's trajectory of care. Can I speak in Bengali also? Okay. So few words. All stages of child's trajectory of care means প্রতিটি স্টেপে এমনি নয় कि when बच्चा खराब हो गया तभी हम पेरेंट्स से बात करेंगे, बच्चा जब ठीक है तब नहीं बात करेंगे, ये ऐसे नहीं है. the moment you have examined the patient, उसी दिन से সেই দিন থেকে তোমাদের বাড়ির লোকের সাথে কথা বলতে হবে. And child's trajectory of care means all stages, means either asymptomatic or mild or moderate or severe. Whatever the stage, you have to communicate daily or whatever the frequency you have decided, and regularly. This is very important. So what is the purpose of communication? The purpose of communication is in especially when the patient is admitted in ICU, especially moderate to severe patient. Moderate patients are admitted in SDU. Severe patients are admitted in ICU. Not only they inform the parents of the child's clinical condition, it is also important for the medical and the nursing staff to educate and guide the parents so that they can actively participate in caring for the child and can become the true partners with the medical team for decision making process. It's very important. Then only there will be development of a trust and a feeling of satisfaction. The good communication depends on careful observation, accurate listening, correct interpretation of the parents feeling. So when you are counseling or communicating with the parents, you have to observe their behavior, their facial expression, their I mean the emotional status, and you have to have a power of good listening. You don't to jump over the decision and all. So accurate listening is very important, and correct interpretation of the parents feeling is very important. The sudden, because in COVID time, we know the baby child of the HIV patients, they are stable for a long time, they are taking medicine all. Suddenly unexpected admission, suddenly baby had a fever for 1 to 2 days, on third day having cough and respiratory distress, fourth or fifth day he was admitted in the hospital. So you can imagine that is a sudden unexpected admission of previously healthy child, potentially fatal illness, to a pediatric intensive care unit as a very emotional stressful. So it is very stressful for the parents. Similarly, we are not ready. This is the we have never had this type of pandemics in our future in the past. So we were also having in the first experience. So it is a stressful situation for the physician also, and we find it difficult to communicate with this bad news to the parents. Beside the moral and social obligation of conveying bad news or breaking the bad news in a sensitive and accurate manner, it is also medical legally responsibility of the physician, or the counselors or the nursing staffs, because this is very important. Otherwise, we may be sued legally. So we have to communicate not only for the benefit of the treatment, benefit of the parents, but also the medical legally safe to communicate, and it should be documented. If handled, the communication is not done properly, the communication of a bad news can generate feeling of mistrust. हम लोग सोच रहे हैं कि हम बता रहे हैं कि आज बच्चा आपको बहुत खराब हो गया है, कल हमने बताया नहीं था कि बच्चा को खराब हो सकता है. तो दैट व्हाट विल हैपन, पेरेंट्स विल थिंक डॉक्टर ने कुछ गलत किया है, सिस्टर ने कुछ दवा देना भूल गया है. So there's some problem might be there, so they are telling today that baby is getting bad. So that will develop a mistrust, anger, fear, blame game, and it can adverse long-term effects in the form of emotional and consequences for the family. Change হচ্ছে না, slides are not changing. হচ্ছে না কি ওকে, এটা কি চলে এসছে. So for making a solid communication, you have to have some protocol. And for that, there's the spikes protocol, especially in pediatric patients for breaking the bad news, because the COVID is having a very unpredicted course of the disease. Someone getting cured, someone are asymptomatic, some are having mild or moderate symptoms, some suddenly become serious. So it's very unpredictable disease and very unpredictable course of the disease. So you have to have a good communication. For that, we follow the spikes protocol. It's the acronym of SPIKES, spikes. And the modified one is the SLI protocol, that is the sharing the life altering informations and spikes protocol. So S for setting. Setting is means where you are going to communicate. You are going to communicate the ERT center, or in the outpatient department, OPD, or in the OPD, So you have to decide where you do setting for the S of the spike protocol, that is setting. You have to have a one communicator. Means who is going to communicate? The doctor, or the nursing staff, or the counselor, or some administrator. So you have to decide from beforehand. Okay. So we have to decide who is going to communicate. Second is the message. What message you want to give to the parents or the caregivers? That should be prepared beforehand. Then the route, what way, because in the we have seen the first way, we didn't have a many informations, we are not had enough confidence while dealing with the first wave of COVID. At that time we were not allowing any mobile phones in the ward where the COVID patients are admitted. So route of communication at that time, either it was telecommunication or video communications, because especially in our center, was a dedicated pediatric center in the eastern in our state. So we had a, tab in the ward, and that COVID tab, we used to call it a COVID tab, and we have to communicate the parents and the guardians with the patient also, and we also used to communicate with the COVID tab. So that was the video call or telecommunication, and now we can communicate verbally also, but you have to decide the place, the how will you communicate, and to whom it is to communicate. Recipient, it's better to communicate with the close personality, close, so first caregiver. And especially in COVID time, COVID is a, if the baby is to get infection from the parents, so that might happens, the parents are admitted in somewhere the where adults are admitted, and the baby is admitted in the pediatric ward. So you don't won't get the recipient or the to whom you are going to communicate. So you have to, at that particular moment, you have to decide who is the legal guardian or the next caregiver where to whom you can communicate. So it's very important. And the last but the not the least, the whatever you communicate, you must keep a record. Otherwise, there will be a feeling of mistrust, and there will be a lots of lack of bad communication with the. Okay. So now the first, the communicator, as I said, the communicator first. So in the communicator, there should be some qualities of a communicator. The person who is going to communicate should have a friendliness behavior, so that the patient, the children can accept the communicator, and the parents will feel comfortable to communicate with the person. Otherwise, because you have to think the parents' status, parents are already stressed, they are already have a mental stress that they are HIV positive, their kids are HIV positive, moreover they are having COVID positivity. So it's giving immense psychological pressure to them, so they are emotionally driven out. They might have not slept previous night because of the baby is serious, baby is admitted in the hospital, might have loss of lack of financial problem, lack of distance problem. So lots of things are working in the families and parents at that moment of time, that you have to consider. So you have to be very friendly. Second is the confidence. You have to be confident enough to communicate. And how a person will be confident? Confidence developed by the knowledge. So you have to develop the knowledge about the disease. Means you have to know about the child, what he is getting, whether he is taking ART properly or not, what is the CD4 count, what is his viral load count, what is the stage of HIV, what is the stage of COVID, whether it's asymptomatic or mild or moderate or severe, what was the investigation done, what was the result of the investigation, whether the bad prognostic markers are high or not. All thing you have to do the work of before communication. So if you don't remember, you can keep it in a, write it in a paper, no harm. You can take the BST, you can take the his or her card, and you can communicate with that card, or you can write it on piece of paper, and you can communicate, so that you can give the accurate information. So confidence will develop only if you have a fully prepared about the patient. Then giving and receiving feedback. We know all healthcare workers are working under very stressful situation. We are having also COVID, and so the number of health workers has also decreased because of someone is suffering from COVID, someone is COVID on suffered and has recovered, and the COVID leave and all. So there is lots of problem. We are lack of time also. So we are very much in hurry. So we don't communicate nicely. What will, oh, this is the person, आपका बच्चे का ये हुआ है, ये करना है, ये दवा लाना है, बस that's all. No, we should have a patience to receive the feedback from the parents, what they want to say, to listen it properly, and then you answer. So giving and receiving feedback is very important. The next point is the volume and clarity. When you are communicating, the parents are intently watching you. He is watching your behavior, your attitude, your facial expression. It's very important to realize that. And your voice also, and your talk also. What you are talking, he is there, they're watching it. So your voice, that is the volume of your speech, is should be very modest. It should not be very high. You should not have an authoritative or scolding attitude. You should be very friendly. Volume will be mild, and clarity. Your voice clarity again very important. You are not ready. They're asking, बच्चे को, मेरा बच्चे को क्या हुआ है डॉक्टर साहब, कल जो रिपोर्ट लाया था उसका क्या रिपोर्ट आया. So you are not ready, so you will humble mumble. So that will give a shakiness in moment. Then वो लोग patient part घर वाले सोचेंगे you are done something wrong treatment, so you are shaky, you are not giving right information. So that will gradually develop the mistrust between the caregivers and the doctor healthcare staffs. So clarity of the voice is very important. And the next is the empathy. No one wants the sympathy. You don't have to show the sympathy. आपको क्या हो गया, आपको बच्चे खराब हो गए, I am very sorry. Not like that. Empathy means you have to feel the situation of the parents, the mental situation, the psychological situation, the economical situation, the and situation that moment. So you have to share that. यू कैन से विद एग्जाम्पल, हाँ हमको पता है कोविड में काफ़ी बच्चे है ना बीमार पड़ते हैं, लेकिन अच्छा हो जाते हैं. आपका बच्चे को बीमार हुआ है तो क्या हुआ है, हमने बहुत बच्चे को ट्रीट किया है, वो अच्छे हो जाएंगे. लेकिन जो बच्चा वो CHLIV चाइल्ड विद HIV एडमिटेड इन ICU, again you have to, in that way you have to counsel कि ICU तो भर्ती হয়েছে তো কি হয়েছে, because what happens, they have a lots of information from the media. And daily one expert is, though they are not medical staffs and healthcare staff, they are giving their opinion in the TVs. Daily we are watching some of the famous population from the film industry or from some political basics. They're coming and giving the expert opinion regarding COVID. So lots of miscommunication is there in this era. So you have to counsel the parents. Empathy. Might have learned कि बच्चों का कोविड होने से साइटोकाइन स्टॉर्म्स होता है, और देयर इज अनदर टर्म कॉल्ड MISC or MISN. तो they don't know what is MISC, what is MISN. They have heard it from the TV. So they will very shaky, very fearful, they very, very scared that they are going to lose their baby. No, you have to counsel them. Okay, mortality is quite less. Don't say the negative one, 1% mortality. You say पॉजिटिव वन, 90% सर्वाइवल. माने 100 बच्चे को होता है तो 99 बच्चा बच जाता है. डोंट से 1% मर जाता है. सो वी जस्ट से द ऑपोजिट वन, दैट अ गुड वन, दैट इज कॉल्ड एम्पैथी. एंड द रेस्पेक्ट. each and every person has the right to get respect from everyone. So as the बच्चे बीमार है, इसका मतलब तो नहीं है कि वो अलग पार्टी. Usually they call the patient party. The party word should not be used. They are not a party. They are the family members of the patient. So we always give them, pay them respects, so they feel डॉक्टर साहब ने हमसे ऐसे बात किया. That will minimize their distress. There is some problem. I just stop sharing and again I'm sharing. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So there is some marks and writing is coming.
Okay.
Is it disturbing?
No, it is not disturbing, ma'am. You can
Okay,
continue.
so let it go. I continue. Oh, sure. Okay, no problem. Something is coming. Please move this window away from the shared. Next is so content. Now we have a good communicator who is quite confident, quite friendly. He is having the attitude of communicating with the empathy. He pays respect to the parents, so he have a ready for the communication. Now, what communication you want to communicate? It's very important. Clear information. So you have to give a clear information at what stage he is suffering, whether there is any effect on the HIV progression by COVID, or any problem in the COVID severity due to HIV infection. What is your experience? What is your data says? What is your guideline says? All those clear information must be given. Here I want to share it. we have seen, I have studied in our hospital setup, whatever the patients, whatever the number of patients admitted with the HIV with COVID in our hospital, mortality is not so high. So HIV is not a predisposing factor as far as I experienced in our setup. We didn't say any high risk of mortality due to, as such, due to the HIV infection. And moreover, in children, the mortality is quite low. So you can jolly well assure them it's not that high as you see in the adult person. So clear information, complete information. You should not hide anything. Whatever the problem the baby is having, you have to give a complete information about the HIV, about the COVID, about the co-infection. Then the third is the documents. So you must maintain the documents. That is, the record is very important for further communication, further management, and for own medical legal issues. And of course, confidentiality is maintained. It's the right of each and every patient that they should have a confidentiality, and they can expect confidentiality from the healthcare staffs. Good. Means of communication. So means of communication, it may be verbal or over telephone or video call, as I've already said. Then the place of communication. This is also very important. You are if it's asymptomatic or mild, you can communicate at the ERT center only. You should have a place. It's very important where you are communicating if the patient has come with a fever and mild symptoms of COVID, or parents are positive, baby is yet to be positive, or baby is not having symptoms. How will you communicate? So you have to identify a place, because you cannot communicate in the queues, in the mass, in the with the number of more number of people. It should be one by one. So you have to identify the place, keep a chair, sitting arrangement for the patients, parents, and sitting arrangement for the person who is going to communicate. In between, you can keep a transparent curtain so that you can see the person, and there may be window cut of the curtain, and from where you can communicate. And please write over there, if you choose, you have chosen the place in the hospital setup, wherever you have chosen, you must write that we are going to communicate with the parents here. আমরা এখানে পেশেন্টের বাড়ির লোকের সাথে কথা বলি, বা हम लोग यहाँ मरीज के रिश्तेदारों से बात करते हैं. So he will write that is in a place. And timing 11 से 12 और 3 से 4, 3টে থেকে 4টে আমরা কথা বলবো, এখানে বাড়ির লোকের সাথে কথা বলা হয়. So you either in Hindi or English or Bengali, I mean local language, you must write in the 3 languages. One is the Hindi, that is the national language. So English, that is very easily readable by all, and the regional language, either in the Bengali, Uriya, Assami, whatever you have from your states. So you in 3 languages is write it in the place of communication, and of course mention the timing, because they might come in the early, they might come late, so you will be irritated कि अभी तो टाइम नहीं है, आप अभी क्यों आए हैं. तो you have to mention the time so that they can come and communicate with people. Then the P of the Spikes protocol, that the perception. Determine what parents know about the condition of the child. So you have to assess the perception of the parents or the caregivers, what they know about their status of the kid, whether they have realized that their baby is suffering from COVID and having this much severity.
Praveen sir, can you please help ma'am with this? I'm just requesting Praveen sir if he can help with.
Oh yeah.
It
I don't know what
gone.
happened with that. This is coming and going.
Okay.
So perception. So you have to realize the comprehension level of the parents. पेरेंट्स लोग कितना समझ रहे हैं कि इसके बच्चा कितना खराब है. नहीं तो क्या होता है, ওরা ভাবে কি আমার বাচ্চা খুব ভালো আছে, আমি তো জাস্ট জ্বর নিয়ে এসেছি, এমনি ভাইরাল ফিভার তো আমার বাচ্চা অনেক হয়েছে, ऐसा वायरल फीवर तो होते रहता है 2 महीने बाद मेरे बच्चे को कभी खराब नहीं हुआ. So they will think that, but you have to realize this is different from other viral infection. COVID is an unpredictable course. Until we see this level and this investigation, you cannot predict. So we have to realize what is the level of comprehension of the parents or the guardian, and in that way you have to communicate. Accept the denial, but do not confront at this stage. This is a very common usual reaction of the parents to say the denial. आपका बच्चा तो अभी ब्लीड कर रहा है, They will suddenly say, ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता है, मेरे बच्चे तो एकदम बिल्कुल सही था, थोड़ा सा टेम्परेचर ज्यादा था. Because they don't know the course of illness of COVID. So that time you don't argue, don't কোনো তর্কে আমরা যাব না. আমরা তখন বলবো ঠিক আছে আপনার বাচ্চা এমনি হতে পারে না বলছেন তো ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু আপনি বসুন, আপনাকে আমি বোঝাচ্ছি এটা কোভিডে এমনি এমনি হয়, আমরা এই ইনভেস্টিগেশন করব. So we'll realize this problem is there. Today he has developed this problem. So if he is denies, there is a denial, you just accept that, don't confront. But at the same time you cannot hide the stage of the severity of the disease to the parents. Invitation or involvement. So what will you do? You involve the parents, ask the parents why they wish to, what they wish to know, offer the answers of their questions. It's very important, because this is the advantage of pediatric patient, because always there is someone, primary caregiver, secondary caregiver, or the parents. Even they get admitted in the pediatric ward, some guardian is there, especially the mother or some other aunt or any lady person is to stay with the patient. So always we are having some of the family member with the patient. So involve them here during the management care. That will develop the confidence among the parents or the caregivers, and they will feel better. And I believe the parents are the best nursing staff, nurses, than the trained nursing staff. So if you train the parents or the mother or whoever there, they will care their kids with more sympathetically, more sincerely. So always involve them, and that will help you to take the further decision. Offers to the question of the answers to the question. If he has any query, because COVID is unknown to everyone, so they might ask something. COVID কি হয়, COVID এটা কেন হলো, COVID কি কি হতে পারে. So you have to explain everything about the COVID, because you are a knowledgeable person. So this is the invitation of then knowledge. The K of the Spikes protocol, the acronym of Spikes, K is the knowledge, means use the language. This is very important. What happens, because our state is a state surrounded by the Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha, Assam, then Nepal, Manipur, all those areas. So there are different languages. We cater a different language population in our hospitals. So what happens if you speak in Bengali? বেঙ্গলিতে বললে পুরো বলা হয়ে গেল, দেন পেশেন্টের বাড়ির লোক বললো डॉक्टर साहब हिंदी में बोलिए, हमको कुछ नहीं समझ में आया. So auto whatever he have done for 20 to 30 minutes is at loss. So always use the language which can be conceived or understood by the parents. So if you don't know the Hindi, you can take one person who can speak Hindi. Or if a Bengali patient, you are a non-Bengali doctor or the nursing staff, you can take a Bengali person who can translate your speak. Sometimes we might have a patient from the Nepali. They don't understand the Bengali or Hindi. They only know the Nepali. Sometimes happens we are from the Odisha or Assam. So always take the local people who can use that word, who can understand that word. And so the language should be appropriate one. Then consider the education level, socio-cultural background, and current emotional status. This is very important. You have said कि आपके बच्चे को तो यस सीवियर डिग्री है, वो उसको साइटोकाइन स्टॉर्म्स हो गया है, वो विल गो इन नाउ ही इज हैविंग रेस्पिरेटरी फेलियर. एंड इफ यू रियलाइज द पेरेंट्स डोंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट दिस टर्म्स. So always judge what is the education level, what is the understanding level, what is socio-cultural background, कहाँ से वो लोग आ रहे हैं, कुछ तरीके से, what is the current emotional status, because they are suffering from HIV, they are in the immense emotionally driven, poor, emotionally very unstable, and moreover having COVID. তা তোমাকে এটা বুঝতে হবে কি যে কোভিড হয়েছে যখন বাচ্চার একটা স্ট্রেস আছে, মা বাবা নিজের একটা স্ট্রেস আছে, বিকজ কোভিড ইউজুয়ালি পেডিয়াট্রিক কোভিড ইউজুয়ালি ফ্রম দি পেরেন্টস. তো সেখানে একটা স্ট্রেস কি আমার জন্য বাচ্চা HIV হলো, আমার জন্য বাচ্চার কোভিড হলো. অ্যান্ড দেন তারপরে কি হচ্ছে ইমোশনাল, হয়তো প্রিভিয়াস নাইটে দে ডিডন্ট স্লিপ অ্যাট অল. There's a sleep deprivation because baby is having COVID and getting admitted in the hospital. Might be পয়সা নেই পকেটে, don't have money to come from the far distance, don't have a time to eat, they are maybe hungry. So all those status should be considered while communicating, because that will hamper the purpose. So if you're going to communicate in a hungry, sleep deprived, emotionally broken parents, is nothing to be solved. So always consider before communicating the parents. Give information regarding Give information in a small chunks. What does it mean? Before that, I would like to say give any positive aspect first. It's very important. So what happened if the patient is having, suppose the baby is admitted in the hospital and you are telling आपका तो बच्चे का CD4 अभी आया बहुत अच्छा है, वायरल लोड तो काफी कम है, so this is a good thing. और बेबी टेकन द लंच, उन्हें खाना खाया है, फर्स्ट यू से द गुड थिंग, देन यू से द बैड थिंग कि आपके बच्चे को कल से लेकिन थोड़ा सा ब्लड आ रहा है यूरिन में, পেচ্ছাপ রক্ত পেচ্ছাপ করছে, so first you give the good positive aspect, then you give the negative aspects and give information in small chunks. Don't utter in a big sentence, आपको बच्चे ये हुआ है वो हुआ है, ये कल से बीमार है, खाना नहीं खाया है, खून आ रहा है, हाई फीवर है, don't like this. You say in a small sentences कि कल आपका बच्चे की ये हुआ था, अभी ये नहीं है, कल हमने ये भेजा ब्लड रिपोर्ट, ये रिपोर्ट आया, आज ये खराब रिपोर्ट आया. So always give the positive or good report first and then you give the bad aspects. So it's very important and given in a small chunks. Then of course you have to check whether they understood what you said. आपने जो बोला उनको समझ में आया कि नहीं, नहीं तो एक ही बात रटेगा, डॉक्टर साहब मेरे बच्चे को बचा लीजिए. You know, you didn't, that means that he didn't understand anything about the consequences of the disease. That you have to check whether he have understood whatever you have said. Give facts accurately about the diagnosis, treatment options, prognosis and cost if any. तो आपको আপনাকে পুরো ঠিক করে সব কথা না বললেও চলবে, বাট কারেক্ট কথা বলতে হবে. You don't give a false reassurance, but don't take away all the hopes also. তাহলে আমাকে about the whatever the diagnosis সেটা বলতে হবে, তার কোর্স অফ দ্য ইলনেস কি হবে, প্রগনোসিস কি সেটা আমাকে এক্সপ্লেন করতে হবে, কি কি ট্রিটমেন্ট অপশন. সাপোজ ইউ আর ওয়ার্কিং ইন আ ডিস্ট্রিক্ট লেভেল ওয়ার দেয়ার ইজ নো ভেন্টিলেটর and suddenly SpO2 saturation gone down, 91 হয়ে গেছে SpO2 বাচ্চার, আপনি ওখানে অক্সিজেন দিয়েও পাচ্ছেন না, তখন আপনি কি করবেন, অন্য সেন্টারে ট্রান্সফার করবেন, হায়ার ইউ উইল ট্রান্সফার দ্য পেশেন্ট দ্য হায়ার সেন্টার. सो यू हैव टू गिव द ऑप्शन कि हमारे खाने नहीं, इधर ये सुविधा नहीं है, आपको कुछ और हॉस्पिटल में ले जाना पड़ेगा और हायर सेंटर में ले जाना पड़ेगा. सो यू हैव टू गिव द ऑप्शन प्रायर हैंड. When already fallen baby is sick, going to be in a severe form, then you are telling, so the doctor sahab aapne pehle kyun nahi bataya. So it is very important, that's why in the very first line I have said it should be in all trajectory of cases. Beforehand you have to tell in all stages কি এটা লাগতে পারে এটা লাগতে পারে না, তো প্রথম থেকে প্রিপেয়ার করতে হবে পেরেন্টসদের এই এই অপশনস আছে, আমরা কিন্তু এইটুকুই চিকিৎসা করতে পারবো, এর বেশি হলে কিন্তু আমাদেরকে ট্রান্সফার করতে হবে, বিকজ ভেন্টিলেটর সেটআপ ইজ নট অ্যাভেলেবল এভরিওয়্যার, হাই ফ্লো নেজাল কলিয়ার নট অ্যাভেলেবল, বাইপেপ ইজ নট অ্যাভেলেবল. সো হোয়াট এভার দ্য অ্যাভেলেবিলিটি you have to prepare the plan of treatment in that way. And of course the prognosis, again prognosis is very important, otherwise there will be development of mistrust. The prognosis ki ki hote pare, we will explain that what is the prognosis of COVID patient. Maximum they get relieved, they get cured, moderate very common, few percent will go in a severe moderate severe form and very few will go in a very critical form, they need ventilator and all intensive care therapy. And less than 0.0 means out of 8,000, 8 or 10 will die in pediatric patient. So the mortality is quite less, especially we have our experience for the last 1.5 years, only mortality is very, very less. Next, the empathy. As I've already said, prepare to express the empathetic response. Identify the emotion expressed by them. Identify the cause and source of emotion. Very important. Why they are so emotionally broken down? They might not have broken down because of the disease. Might have broken down because there's a pickpocketing. वो आ रहा था, so pocket से कोई money purse चुरा लिया. So he does not have money. And he is very so emotionally broken down. So you have to know why he is so emotionally broken down, because of the disease, because of the problem, because of the surrounding structure. Give them time to express their feelings. So you have a time to communicate with the parents and please let them express their feelings and you show the empathy. The last of the spikes protocol is the strategy and summary. So you have to summarize everything whatever you said. দেখুন তাহলে আপনার বাচ্চার এই হয়েছে, এটা হতে পারে, আমরা আরো 2-3 দিন দেখবো, We know that the 5th day and onwards there is a chances of severity. So we'll say 5 থেকে 10 দিন দেখবো, এর মধ্যে যদি কিছু না হয় তাহলে বুঝবো বাচ্চার সিরিয়াসনেস নয়, বাচ্চা ভালো হয়ে যাবে। So all those things you have to summarize, and again you have make a strategy, means when to re-follow up. आपको बताना पड़ेगा, বলতে হবে কখন তুমি পেশেন্টকে ডাকবে, আবার বাড়ির লোককে ডাকবে, আবার 2 ঘন্টা যদি পেশেন্ট ইজ ইন আ সিরিয়াস কন্ডিশন, ইন আ ক্রিটিক্যাল কন্ডিশন, ইন আ ventilator, you might have to ask the parents again come after 2 hours to tell them the situation, that whether baby has improved or a bit or not, or if baby is stable you can ask them the next day. So next meetings and strategy should be pre-planned, and you have to inform the parents. So tips to communicate: be available and take a lead. So we have to act as a leader, and that should be developed. We should have a leader quality. Be approachable. Take lead in opening up a discussion on COVID-19 is very important, because COVID-19 information is very vague and very much from the different sources. I don't know which is reliable source, which is non-reliable source. Sometimes we are getting many wrong information, misinformations about the COVID, and that for the responsibility of the healthcare staffs to remove those misconceptions. Start by finding out how much they are ready to know or already know, or listen and build up on existing knowledge. So हमें देखना है, हमें देखते হবে ওরা কোভিড নিয়ে কতটা জানে, কতটা ঠিক জানে। কোভিড হলেই কি মারা যায়, কোভিড হলেই কি আমাকে ভর্তি করতে হবে? We have seen when there's a COVID family, বাচ্চা কোভিড হয়েছে, বাড়ির লোকের কোভিড হয়েছে, they have separated from the society. आउटसाइडे बाड़ीर ग्रिले ताला लगी देওয়া হয়েছে, बाहर से लॉक कर दिया गया है कि इन लोगों को कोविड हुआ है, इन लोगों को अलग रहना चाहिए, खाना नहीं मिलेगा, बाहर से कोई आ नहीं सकता, बाहर से कोई इन लोग बाहर जा नहीं सकता. दिस स्ट्रेटेजी वी हैव सीन. So all those things you have to explain. What is the way mode of transmission? आप क्या क्या करोगे तो ट्रांसमिशन नहीं हो सकता है दूसरे को, and how to protect yourself. Close conversation with care, ensuring that no undue fear, anxiety has been introduced. So that is our responsibility कि वो क्यों डर रहे हैं, इसमें डरने की बात नहीं है, इसको ये आपको ये काम कीजिएगा तो आपको ये लाभ होगी. So what are the ways of keeping us, like mask, sanitization, hand washing, maintaining distance, all those things to be explained. Ensure that any new update that they should know will be informed, because in the COVID time we are getting daily one update. What we have known in the last year, it is totally different than what we knew in just a moment. Because in the last year we know the SCQ, hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin and all azithromycin given to all the patients and all. Now we know there's no role of hydroxychloroquine. Have any doubtful role of ivermectin in pediatric patients. So we have to update them. उन्होंने बोले क्या डॉक्टर साहब हम लोग SCQ खिला दे, मेरे बच्चे को ये हुआ है, हाइड्रोक्सीक्लोरोक्विन खिला दे, आइवरमेक्टिन दे दे. So you have to say no, there's no role. तो आपने तो पहले लास्ट ईयर बोला था, किसी और को बोला होगा. So at that time it was there, now the study was done, it is has not got any role. So we have to update the parents about the COVID-19. Be tactful. Do not overwhelm the information. आपने बहुत नॉलेज गेन कर लिया, एक पूरे टीवी देखे गाइडलाइन, एंड आज एम्स का गाइडलाइन, कल गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का गाइडलाइन, परसों अपने ओन स्टेट्स का गाइडलाइन. So you've gone through all the information, you know, you are very enriched with the knowledge about COVID-19, and you don't make a vocal diarrhea to the parents. They will be confused. So don't overwhelm with the information. Whatever, how much they need, যতটা ওদের দরকার ঠিক আমরা ততটাই বলবো, তার বেশি বলবো না, তার কমও বলবো না. Look out the facial reactions, means how much they are conceiving, how much they are understanding, how much they are tolerating. So all those things you have to watch while communicating. Be sensitive to the level of anxiety and stress. So we have to consider that while communicating. Be calm and reassuring. Acknowledge the concerns and address them as the best as possible. Offer the reassurance. It's very important. আমাদের রিঅ্যাসিওর করতে হবে কি COVID-19 দো বেবিস HIV positive is not going to do the deteriorating course. We have not seen a single case of COVID-19 which HIV with a severe is a mortality rate. I have not encountered a single case till now. So I can share my own experience. আমি এত পেশেন্ট দেখেছি HIV বাচ্চাদের কোভিড হয়েছে, সাধারণ ভাইরাল ফিভার মতো হয়েছে, বাচ্চাদের ক্ষতি করে না, বাচ্চাদের মৃত্যুর হার অনেক কম. So you have to explain that. Pay attention to what they see or hear on the media, and try to remove the misconception formed, if any. Reinforce the benefits of good hygiene. So this is the opportunity. You are counseling about the COVID-19, but you have got the opportunity to counsel. So you will say about the other good habits, other things about the rearing of the kids properly. So reinforce the benefit of good hygiene. Good hygiene, so we are telling you regularly, maintain the hygiene, maintain the good hygiene, wash your hand, use mask, social distance, all those things are regularly telling. Simultaneously, you have to say other points, because you should not forget the baby is taking HIV medicine. So whether the baby is taking a medicine or not regularly. COVID हुआ है इसका मतलब तो नहीं HIV भूल जाए, नहीं. So you whatever you're taking, you must take that. There's no harm. There's no interaction with the drugs, with the antiretroviral drugs, with the COVID-19 treatment. So, and if there's the age for vaccination, always give them the vaccination is can be given after recovery from the COVID positive to at least 2 to 3 months after the recovery, or if there is no symptoms, only contact, then 2 weeks after the contact. So these things will be explained while communicating. Reassure the not many children are getting affected, and those affected have a mild symptoms. Don't use a language that can lead to stigma. आपको कोविड हुआ इसीलिए बच्चे को कोविड हो गया. Never say that. This is a viral infection. It can be transmitted by droplets. So you have to say, you have to take care of the droplet infections and how to care by taking masks and always keeping distance and hand washing. So you have to remove the stigma, or so don't enrich them that they should not spread this stigma also. No one can stigmatize the person about the COVID, because we have seen the last year किसी को कोविड हुआ है तो उसको अलग कर दिए, घर से बाहर नहीं, बाहर से आके घर में ताला लगा देते हैं. So these are things, they are not giving foods and no one is coming in or out. So how can they survive? घर में कितना दिन का खाना रहता है सबका. They have to go out. So you have to help them to get all those facilities. So it is a tad different, especially in COVID time. So that's why I've written as a bit different with the other viral infection, other diseases. What happy, because in this condition, in the COVID condition, they have a pre-existing stress in the family due to physical distancing. कहीं जा नहीं पा रहे, कहीं आ नहीं पा रहे, घर में मम्मी पापा बच्चे, and sometimes they'll come, or sometimes they are also not coming to the ART center. Someone is coming and collecting the medicine or not, so not going out. That will give immense physical, psychological pressure. तो स्ट्रेस तो है. देन क्वारंटाइन में कोई पेरेंट्स कहीं काम कर रहे थे एंड एक्सपोज हो गए, तो ही इज इन क्वारंटाइन. फाइनेंशियल कंस्ट्रेंट्स, समवन हैज लॉस्ट देयर जॉब, समवन हैज लॉस्ट देयर सोर्स ऑफ इनकम, स्कूल क्लोजर्स, घर में बैठा हुआ है बच्चे, स्कूल नहीं जा रहे हैं. Moreover, there is no recreational places are open, so they can't go for swimming, playing, music, dance, whatever they used to do as extracurricular or curricular activities. So all are stopped. So this is a very stressful situation for especially the kids, especially the adolescents. They are mentally suffered. They are having a mental illness. In almost all cases, parents are affected, and many times the caregiver is not available for taking care of the child. I've already said, because in the COVID time, it is spreads like anything. So all the members are positive. Some adults are more serious than the pediatric patient. So that might happen. Parents are admitted in the adult department, medicine department, and pediatric child is admitted in the pediatric department. So that should be taken care of. So I'll give in a short. For children of COVID positive parents, how to keep the child safe depending upon the age of the child, how to prevent transmission from parents to children, any medication, vitamins, minerals to be given or not, any role of prophylactic antibiotics. There's no role of prophylactic antibiotics. We should give, there's no extra benefit if we give the vitamins and minerals during the COVID. We just ask them to give a balanced, nutritious diet, rich in vitamins and minerals. That's all. How to prevent transmission from parents and to children. Parents should take care of, because you cannot ask the 5 years, 2 years old child to wear a mask. The government of India and the Indian Academy of Pediatrics, they say you can wear the mask 6 to 12 years with the parents, watchful parents, and above 12 years you can give the mask. But according to UNICEF, they say, yeah, okay, you can give the mask below 5 years also, but depending on the maturity. Why you don't allow the mask in the younger kids? Because they won't maintain the hygiene. All the time they'll pull it down, they'll touch the outside, and they'll touch those fingers with the eyes, nose, and mouth. That will create more chance of transmission. So the mask should be given according to the maturity level, and according to if you go through the guideline, above 12 years and 6 to 12 years with the impedance of guardian. For asymptomatic or mild COVID, and the same, no specific medication required for COVID-19 infection. Continue medication for other conditions if he is taking ART, Septran, or any other. If in a newborn, if he's never been is taking, you just continue that medicine. Promote COVID appropriate behavior, mask, strict hand hygiene, and physical distancing. Ask them to take lots of fluids and need to balance nutritious diet. Advise older children and family to stay connected and engage in a positive talks through the phone, video calls, etc. Because especially in older children and adolescents, they are totally mentally disturbed. And you know, the adolescents are very emotionally driven. They may go, they are doing self-harm, they are doing lots of problems, they are depressed, they're irritated. So you have to always ask the parents, be connected with the children and always engage with the some positive, some মজা করা, খেলা, গেম করা, হাসি হাসি মজা করা, সারাদিন বাচ্চাদের সাথে ইনভলভমেন্ট থাকতে হবে। Parents and caregivers to contact the doctors in case of appearance of warning symptoms. So warning symptoms you have to say from beforehand. Whenever they'll come for the ERT center for taking medicine or whatever, you must say তোমার বাচ্চার যদি এই হয় বা তোমার এগুলো হয়, কখন ডাক্তারবাবুকে দেখাবে, এগুলো তোমাদের জেনে নেওয়া উচিত। তোমাদের বাড়িতে যদি SpO2 মেশিন থাকে, না থাকে, তাহলে জাস্ট কাউন্ট দ্য রেসপিরেটরি রেট। এই পেশেন্ট 0 to 2 months, 60-এর বেশি হলে বা 60 বা 60-এর বেশি, 2 months 1 year, 50-এর বেশি 1 year to 5 years, 40-এর বেশি আর অ্যাবভ 5 years, 30-এর বেশি যদি রেসপিরেটরি রেট হয়, তাহলে কিন্তু ডাক্তারকে তুমি দেখাবা, কোনো হেলথ কেয়ার স্টাফের কাছে তুমি যাবে। সো ইউ হ্যাভ টু অ্যাওয়্যার দেম অ্যাবাউট দ্য ওয়ার্নিং সিমটমস। So communication hospitalized child is a very different situation. Moderate COVID is usually admitted in the ward, so you have to communicate according to the moderate course of the disease. Severe COVID, they are admitted in the SDU, and critical COVID, they are usually admitted in the ICU. So you have to break the news according to the protocol. How to strive for better patient care in these challenging COVID challenging times? Prioritize the communication and document the same. So here we are not going to say all those things. If baby mother is positive or parents are positive or any one of the parent is positive and came or having a symptoms of COVID like fever, body ache, myalgia, loss of taste, loss of smell, and came to take the ERT. So give the ERT, and but this is you have to priority basis means you have to counsel about the COVID maintenance, because COVID, HIV cannot kill in a day, in a week, but COVID can have that. So you have to counsel about the COVID, you have to prioritize about the COVID communications, and that should be done by the communicator. Maintain active engagement with the patient's bedside caregiver and family. If admitted, excuse me, always involve the parents, because one of the parents is used to stay the kid, so take the care of that, help of the caregiver. Enhance communication with the technology by integrating workstations on wheels and tablets and video conferences software, as we are doing now. We can do with the parents. I have done with the help of NGOs like Sathi. I have done our communication with the lactating mothers, 3 or 4 sessions in consecutive 3 months. Excuse me. So you can communicate in the use of technology. You can communicate with the parents and caregivers with the video or the Zoom meeting. So, but without any drawbacks, nothing is happened. So here also we have some common pitfalls like language problem we might have, to get time information, failure to respond, parent understanding, not allowing time to respond, lack of clarity about the future treatment. We don't know. हमें ही खुद नहीं पता है कि इसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे, तो हम पेरेंट्स को क्या बताएंगे. So you should know the what should be done after that. False reaction should not be given. Patients misunderstanding and medical terminology should not be used. हम कभी कोई टॉफ इंग्लिश वर्ड और मेडिकल वर्ड यूज नहीं करेंगे जब when will communicate with the parents. Simple language. Don't remove all the hopes. अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, आपका बच्चे को तो हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Don't say like this. इससे अदर वे राउंड, हमने जो कुछ पॉसिबल था हमने किया, उसका मतलब ही है कि आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन इससे जितना पॉसिबल था हमने किया है एंड हम कर रहे हैं, हम कोशिश करेंगे, लास्ट टाइम तक हम कोशिश करेंगे. सो डोंट रिमूव ऑल द होप्स टू द पेरेंट्स. So key messages of my presentation are difficult but fundamentally important tasks for the healthcare professionals. Proper knowledge, training, and experiences will facilitate the process. Remember to treat your patients and parents as you'd like to be treated. This sentence is my favorite sentence. Remember to treat your patients and parents as you'd like to be treated. Whenever you might get positive, COVID positive while treating the patients. So how will you expect from the doctor or sister or nursing staff or counselor? Similarly, we behave with the patients. Essential skill for good clinical practice. So my end of the session, if you communicate badly, the patient or the family members may never forgive us. But if you do it well, they never forget us. Thank you for your patient sharing. If you have any queries, these are the suggested reading. Any queries? Over to Shuparna. Can I stop my sharing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, over to Shuparna.
So let
Any question?
if you have any question, please feel free to ask.
And then check with us no question.
No question.
Follow and check with us no question.
No question. So thank you everyone for being with us today.
Is there any question?
Thank you, ma'am.
No questions.